Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the BenSchem Videos Friday Night Livestream. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you've had a great week, and I hope you have an awesome weekend this weekend. It is Friday, January 8th, 2021. I am joined here by my beautiful daughter, Brenna. You want to say hi to the stream? Oh, say hello. Say hello, stream. Hello, chat. We're working on it. By the way, anybody watching, please let me know if the audio is okay. Let me know if you can hear me, all that good stuff. Brennan and I have been having a great time working on our little molecular models here. I'll get you a close-up right there. Brenna, what molecule is this? What is this?
CO2.
CO2. Very good. Look at that. If a 2-year-old knows her molecules, then certainly a college student has no excuse. Is my wife making an appearance back there? Hello. Couldn't quite get out of the shot or stay out of the shot, but it's all good. So one thing you may have noticed is that I have completely shaved my face. I've had a beard for like several months, the better part of a year now. but it's gone. It will return at some point, but I had to shave it. Why? Well, because at my job, I can't do YouTube full time. I don't have nearly enough of an audience for it. At my job, it was recommended that I undergo a respirator fit test, where they basically put a respirator on you, and they have a machine that can measure whether it's leaking or not. And you have to do all these crazy things. You have to, do normal breathing, deep breathing, tilt your head back and forth, tilt your head up and down, bend over. You have to talk. They actually gave me this thing to read. It was like this thing about rainbows that they gave me to read, so that they can test how well the respirator fits on your face while you're talking. So all that good stuff. It was just kind of all rolled in. I had to do this annual physical where they took my blood. They took, my urine, that stuff like that. So that's why the beard's gone. It's because of a respirator fit test that was done as part of my annual physical. Oh, welcome back, Brenna. How you doing? Look who decided she wants back in. So I already have a message in the chat from a Brittany Harris. It says, please go over atomic structure, mole concept, redox, and balancing equation, please. I like how you said please twice. That's very, very polite. You say you're from Jamaica. Well, much love right back here from the United States. I will be sure to go over those things. I'm not sure if you know this, but I actually have videos on all of those topics currently. That's not to say we can't talk about them now. Those are very, very broad topics, so if you had anything specific to those topics that you wanted to talk about, or maybe if you want to bang out a problem together, I think that would be cool. I do now have this whiteboard feature where all I have to do is just one click of the mouse, and I don't know why there's not a whiteboard. There should be a whiteboard that is appearing. I think that's because I have to open up the program, so let me go ahead and see if I can do that. Microsoft Whiteboard. There it is. Now the program is open. I'm just going to drag it into place here. And see, normally I would kind of have all these things sort of, this is the same thing that I did from the last live stream. Let's see if I can full screen it. And so yeah, I'm just trying to figure out still how to do all this kind of stuff. We were talking about chiral molecules, things that are non-superimposable on their mirror images. So I'm going to go ahead and clear this and clear canvas. There we go. So yeah, if you had any problems in particular that you wanted to talk about or go over, if you wanted to hop in a Discord call with me, we could work out the problem together. I think that would be a very fun, very beneficial, very good use of our time. I think that would be time well spent. So we have this whiteboard feature available for anybody who wants to go over a problem. Now, the danger of doing something like this is I don't want to be caught in this trap where I'm like sort of conned into doing somebody's homework for them. So if somebody gives me like a specific problem with like a specific chemical equation and specific numbers and quantities, I might adjust it a little bit and do a problem like it so that I'm not just working your problem out from start to finish with none of your input. My goal is to help. I don't want to just do people's work for them. So there's that. I also have this web browsing feature where right now it's just got my my live stream window sort of managing my live stream. But I'll go ahead and take you to my Instagram real quick. This is actually, earlier I was talking about that respirator fit test, and this right here is a little selfie that I took. The nurse was like, working on a couple other things. She like had to go leave the room for a little bit while I was doing my test, so I just pulled out my phone and took a quick selfie. So yeah, and again, that's why I had to lose the beard, because I had to get fitted for a respirator test. It's an OSHA requirement. You cannot have facial hair if you're wearing a respirator. At least you can't have a beard. I think mustaches and soul patches are okay, but you will never see me just with a mustache or with a soul patch. I think those are, let's just say they're not for me. Not my preferred facial hair. So while I'm on my Instagram, I can go ahead and show you a couple other things that are on here. Feel free to follow me if you want to. If you're on Instagram, my Instagram is @BensChemVideos. Pretty straightforward name. A couple other things on here, like for instance, this one I thought was funny because I'm handing my daughter a ball and stick model of a, excuse me, I'm going to cough. Handing her a ball and stick model of a molecule of ethanol, and this was on New Year's Eve that I did this, and so the caption was, do you think do you think I'm a bad parent for supplying alcohol to my daughter on New Year's Eve? Just, as a joke. And then there's a couple other things on here too, like for instance, this is a custom made, I don't know what you'd call this, plaque, logo, sign, something like that. My in-laws actually made this for me. It's actually sitting right over here in my closet. I'm looking at it right now. Very cool. It's custom, handmade. It wasn't AutoCAD made or anything like that. It was actually hand done. A lot of measuring ahead of time, I'm sure, but it was done freehand with a router. Pretty cool. Yeah, my father-in-law definitely knows his way around the wood shop. So anyway, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff on here. So if you'd like to give me a follow, you're more than welcome to. I would certainly appreciate it. I'm trying to see how many followers I have now. It's not much. Yeah, 53 followers. That's it. So, yeah. The page could definitely use some love, but sometimes I'll post some exclusive content on here that I don't post on my YouTube page. So it'll be like things that are mostly chemistry related, but sometimes other things that I just post about, that happen in my day. For instance, I posted a lovely picture of myself with my daughter on Father's Day. So it's good times. Went to the Outback Steakhouse. It's good times. So I'm going to open up, go to this other screen real quick. By the way, if anybody wants to call in, I know we have a very small number of concurrent viewers right now. Hopefully that'll pick up here in the near future. But if anybody would like to call in using Discord, there is a link in the description. So you see that little text at the bottom that says call in via Discord, link below. Yeah, so all you have to do is look at the description. And if you follow that link, if you have Discord, if you don't, it's easy to download using your computer, or you can get it on the App Store, Google Play, whatever. And you can call in. And that would be great. Honestly, like, you calling in would be doing me a really big favor because I have had such a busy week. I have had almost no time at all. No time to prepare. I've been putting in a lot of hours of work. And, having 2 kids under 3 years old, it's a pretty demanding lifestyle. And just not a lot of free time to work on content, which is why I haven't uploaded in a while. I do have a plan for my next 2 uploads. I even have like a whole cheat sheet of the problems that I'm going to work out for my next video, which is going to be part 2 of my video series on how to find the limiting reactant of a chemical reaction. So it looks like we got another message in the chat by somebody by the name of Cold Hands. It says, "Hey, Benschem. Hey, Cold Hands. How you doing? Welcome, and thank you so much for joining me. I really, really, truly appreciate it." So, yeah. For those of you who are considering calling in, I would wholeheartedly appreciate it. Cold Hands, you're welcome to call in if you want to. Kind of a slow day for me right now. According to my screen, I only have 2 concurrent viewers, so I don't know who the other one is, but Cold Hands, you must be the other one. Another message from Cold Hands says, "You genuinely saved me for a concept in semester 1, man." Cool. Great. That's awesome. Thank you so much for your kind words. I am very, very happy that I could be of some help. I love those kind of messages. They really keep me motivated. Even though right now I don't have much free time available to work on content, it's those kind of things that really motivate me to at least have ideas in my head of what I'm going to do next. And I keep trying to bang out these weekly live streams to the best of my ability. Believe it or not, this is the best that I can do. It really, really is. So yeah, man, if you want to call in, I would encourage you to do so. We could talk about it. I think that'd be cool. Because I really, really need feedback. All of my recent videos that I've been publishing in 2020 and here now in 2021, as soon as I get around to it, I have been at the end of every video I have been just asking profusely for whoever's watching the video to give me feedback. Let me know what is good. Let me know what is not good. Let me know what kind of topics you'd like to see discussed on this channel in the future. because without feedback, I'm just kind of in the dark, And if I'm producing content that isn't good, or if I'm producing content that nobody likes, well, that's really just a big waste of time. And I don't want to waste my time. My time is very, very valuable to me, and it's very valuable to my family. Whenever I get home, my daughter's really excited. My dog is really excited. My time is valuable to them as well as me, so I don't want to waste my time. And I certainly don't want to waste the time of any viewers who are nice enough to click on my videos, nice enough to see what I'm all about. So that's why feedback is so essential, so important, and I just really, really need it. So earlier, Brittany asked me to go over atomic structure, the mole concept, redox, and balancing chemical equations. That is a pretty long list, so I'm still waiting. Brittany, if you're in here, I don't know if you're in here or not, but if you are in here, if you could narrow that down and give me a little something a little bit more specific, perhaps I could come up with something that I could throw up on the whiteboard, or even better, if you wanted to hop in a Discord call with me and we could bang out a problem together. I think that would be cool. That's one of the many things I haven't done yet on this show, is to jump into a Discord call with a viewer and kind of have like a back and forth. Well, what do we do next? Oh, what do you think we should do next? Oh, let's balance this atom, or whatever. I think that would be a cool exercise. But I just need participants. I need somebody to be the first willing participant. So yeah, as I said before, I had very, very little time to prepare for this live stream, but it was very, very important to show up, and I must give a huge shout out to my wife for freeing me up watching the kids. Even though she's been watching the kids all day long, she's watching the kids for at least another hour while I do this live stream so that I could do my live stream. So I am super, super appreciative of that. And yeah, so like I said, not very prepared, but I really, really need help. I need help coming up with a topic. You see, because normally, like, I'd have, like the way that I want to do this is I want to have like more of a structure where I have topics planned out and thought of ahead of time, where I have segments and this and that. I kind of started doing that the first couple of these live streams where, I had like some videos that I found like from the internet that were pretty cool, like some chemical demonstrations and things like that. That I just had ready to go, ready to show you guys. So I'm trying to be more structured, trying to be more organized, trying to be more prepared. But, oh, man, I tell you, this week was just a very, very busy week. It was actually my first week back from the Christmas break. I had been off work for, almost 2 straight weeks. It's pretty nice of having that much time off where I'm paid the whole time. I love it. But yeah, so it's kind of the first week back, and man, I tell you, things are really picking up at my job. Things are getting very, very, very busy. I've been putting in a lot of hours, and I don't know. Maybe you guys have some thoughts on this. I don't know what kind of jobs you guys have. I don't know what you guys do. Maybe you're full-time students, and I'm sure even as a full-time student, you can get this feeling too. You ever get this feeling where things feel like they're kind of starting to slip away from you? You have a lot to do, and it feels like the amount of stuff, the amount of workload that's being put on your plate is being put on your plate faster than the speed with which you can check those items off the list and get them done. Does that make sense? In other words, the intake of work the rate of intake of work is larger than the rate that you can actually consume and get the work done. That is kind of a phase that I'm in right now at work, which overall I think is a good thing. I mean, it's certainly better than not having anything to do at all, which is the predicament that I was in for quite some time in 2020. A lot of our customers at my job were shut down for quite some period of time for obvious reasons. And even though our customers were shut down, we weren't shut down. I wasn't shut down. I was never laid off. I was never furloughed. I was never asked to go home. And so I kind of found myself trying to find stuff to do rather than just having stuff assigned to me and just having a to-do list that was way bigger than anything I could handle in a single day. And, that's not something I was ever used to doing previously. Almost every job I've ever worked, I've always had more things to do than I've had time to do them. That's what I'm familiar with. That's what I'm accustomed to. That's the way I operate. Now, obviously, if you have way too much to do, then things can kind of get overwhelming. It can lead to burnout, and if it's not addressed, if it's not solved, if it's not corrected, it could lead to despair, and even some extreme cases, depression, things like that. So it can definitely be a problem. But overall, I would say having more tasks than you have time to do them is better than having like way too much time and very, very little to do. Because when you have way too much time, very little to do, time just goes by so slowly, and you don't feel very accomplished, and it just feels like you're stealing. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure some people would be perfectly happy with sitting around at a job, punching the clock, doing nothing, and getting paid for it, but not me. Not me. If I do nothing and still get paid, I feel like crap. I feel like I've stolen. I feel like I've, gotten the benefit, but have paid no cost. And it's just a yicky sort of feeling. So it's nice. It's nice to have a lot of stuff to do, but right now, if I don't sort of intervene and take control, it could get out of hand pretty quickly. So I got to make sure I keep that in check. So Cold Hand says, LMAO, that's how I feel every day. I've heard from my older friends that that feeling culminates in high school, though. Oh no, man, no. I don't know what how old you are. I'm guessing you're a college student, but the truth is that your time as a student in high school and perhaps to a slightly lesser degree in college, those are like the most carefree, the most liberating, for lack of a better term. I'm struggling to. I'm kind of blanking on an adjective here, but those are like the least busiest, least stressful times in some ways. In other ways, they're pretty stressful, like always having something to study and having to, maybe pull an all-nighter to cram for an exam. I certainly don't miss that about college. But having, working full-time as a researcher and having a 2-year-old and a 3-month-old, owning my house, which means if something breaks, I have to fix it. I can't just call the leasing or the management office and they send somebody to fix the broken air conditioner or whatever. It's on me. Gosh, for the last 2 months, I was actually trying to get somebody to clean up the leaves. I'm not used to that. I lived in Florida for all of my life up until now, and so we didn't have so much of a fall. When fall hits, the autumn. All the leaves falling off the trees. You don't really get that in Florida. Instead, everything in Florida is pretty much green all year round. So you don't have this like huge influx of leaves just falling all over your yard. But here in South Carolina, it becomes a problem. So for like 2 months straight, I just kept trying to pin this guy down to come clean up my leaves. And he finally came. And, that's one less item. But I have other stuff I have to do too. I have some furniture I need to get repaired. My dog is overdue for a vet appointment. Just all kinds of crazy stuff. But I feel like I'm rambling on about myself over and over again. But more importantly, I want to know how you guys are doing. And it looks like somebody is in the call-in show waiting room. So somebody has called in. By the way, Ibrahim Iftikhar says good evening. Welcome back, Ibrahim. I, of course, recognize your name. I know you've been in many streams before. Whoever was in the... Here, let me DM him real quick. Somebody was in my call-in show waiting room, and then he left. I'm DMing him saying to come back. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to... I had somebody call in. I think I need a third monitor, because I have like one monitor where I'm like looking at my Streamlabs, another monitor where I'm looking up at YouTube, and then if I had a third monitor for Discord, that would be great. But somebody with the username Chelsea FC are bad was in my call-in show waiting room. I apologize for ignoring you, but it wasn't intentional. I just didn't have the Discord window open. So that goes for anybody. If anybody would like to call into the show and talk to me about whatever topic you want, heck, if we could even bang out a chemistry problem together, I think that would be a wonderful exercise. So if anybody would like to do that, I would highly encourage it. And hopefully I can get the gentleman who was in my call-in show waiting room back into the waiting room so I can move him into the call-in show room and we can talk. I think that'd be cool. I did DM him. I asked him to come back. But hopefully, I don't know, hopefully he comes back in. So everybody in here, encourage him. Please type in the chat, encourage him to come back into my call-in show. Maybe there's a way I can split this window up. Yeah, I'm going to try to do that. Okay, so I have my second monitor up. Now I can sort of like look at the stream and the chat and the Discord all in one thing. So hopefully he can come back. I don't know. Maybe I can just call him. I don't know. I'm still trying to learn the ropes on all this stuff. Ibrahim says, haha, yeah. He says, oh, man, that sucks. Yeah. Yeah, it does. I had this opportunity to talk to somebody, and he, maybe it's a she, I don't know, was in there waiting patiently, and because I was trying to multitask and failed, he decided to leave. So, or she. I don't know if it's a he or a she. Probably, well, not probably, but most likely, there's about a 60-40 split in my demographics. About 60% of the people who watch my content are male and the remaining 40 are female. So it's pretty even, it's not skewed too much in one direction or another. I'm not trying to target any particular demographic, just whoever wants to learn, whoever wants to watch, whoever's interested in chemistry. So anyway, let's see. Oh, it said he was typing. Let's see if I can type to a message. Let's see. Please come back. By the way, if you want to join my Discord server, you can click that link to the call-in show, or you can visit my channel page, youtube.com/benschemvideos. On the banner of that page, there's a list of all these links: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, all that stuff. So, in fact, I can take you to that right now. So if I look at, let's say, sorry, my daughter's kind of yelling in my ear right now, distracting me. I'll go to youtube.com/benschemvideos. So this is youtube.com/benschemvideos, and I'm going to drag this, full screen it. Let's see if I can drag that. You see that right there? You see that right there on the bottom right-hand corner? There's Twitter, there's Instagram, there's Facebook, and there's Discord. So that's how you get to it. youtube.com/benschemvideos, and then just click one of those links if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. I would certainly appreciate it. Thank you very much for considering it. So let me see if I can open Discord back up. Maybe the gentleman has come back. Oh, looks like he still hasn't come back yet. Oh, wait, maybe he sent me some messages. Chelsea says, sorry about that. I accidentally joined the voice chat. I am watching the stream, though. Oh, okay. Okay, so he is watching the stream, but I take that to mean that he does not want to call in, which is fine. I don't want to put anybody on the spot or make them uncomfortable or anything, but at the same time, if anybody is courageous enough to call in, not that it's an act of courage to call in. It's not like we're having some poignant debate about some political issue or anything. I certainly don't want to engage in that kind of battle. I mean, it's okay to have a rational discourse, but God, you ever just try to debate with somebody and they just don't know how to think, or they call you names, or it's just a mess, It's just a mess. And I've done that before. I've done it on Facebook where I'll chime in, give my thoughts on something, and it only takes 5 or 6 comments deep before I'm being called Just horrible names by people who I actually considered friends at one point, but it's like, pff, not anymore if you're just going to call me names, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think people need to, you know, I don't know. I just think a lot of people just need to, one, calm down, and two, just kind of respect each other a little bit more. You know? I think the world would be a better place if people did that. But of course, I'm not going to hold my breath on that. That's for darn sure. Let's see. Got a couple of viewers in here. So, Ibrahim says maybe she sent you a message. Might have to check. Yeah, he did send me a message. I'm just going to use he because it's probably a male, but if just because it's easier. But yeah, he sent me a message, but he joined the voice chat by accident. He doesn't want to actually call in. So if you change your mind, gentleman that was in the call-in accidentally, if you change your mind, you want to come back, you would be more than welcome to come back. I'd love to get to know you and anybody else who wants to call in better, get to know you more. I think that'd be great. And I just think it's a good way to have some direct feedback. So what else is going on with you guys? How are y'all doing? I would love to know. I would love to know how you were doing. Talked about myself a lot. Talked about how, playing with molecules with my daughter. I've been teaching her quite a few molecules. Like I can draw the skeletal structure of a molecule and she can name it for a couple of different molecules. She knows benzene. She knows camphor. She knows pyridine, I think. She knows butane. She knows all kinds of stuff. Oh, I thought she was coming in here. I was going to show her skills off, but... Hey, Brenna, you want to come in here, baby girl? You want to come in here? I don't know. I think she wants to stay in the living room. But Ibrahim says, what happened to the weekly live streams? This is a weekly live stream. So the way that I decided when to do my live streams, right, was I put out a couple of community posts. The first community post that I put out was, if I do a weekly live stream, what day of the week should I do it? And out of all the days that were listed, it was a poll. Friday had by far the most votes. And so I chose Friday. And then I put out a second community post that said, hey, given that most people want to see the live stream on Friday, what time of day? And I listed all the times in the Eastern time zone, the time zone that I reside in, Eastern U.S. and Canada, which is GMT -4. And I said, do you want to see them start at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock? Those are the 4 starting times for a live stream that are the most realistic for me. And the response that got by far the most views was 7 o'clock. And so it's like, okay, now I'm doing weekly live streams Friday at 7 o'clock. Last week I did one. The previous week I didn't do one because it was like right around Christmas time and I was really busy. I was out of town. I had a wedding to go to. My brother got married, so I went to his wedding. And so it just wasn't really feasible for me to do a live stream 2 weeks ago. But I did one last week, and I'm trying to do them every week as long as I can. By the way, I might not be able to do one next week. Things are a little bit irregular in the house next week. And by that I mean my wife is leaving town on a business trip, and I'm going to have the kids all to myself, and I'm just not super confident in my ability to run a live stream while keeping 2 little ones alive. So most likely I will have to cancel the live stream. But here, let me see if I can draw something and see if my daughter can guess what it is. Hey, Brenna, can you come over here, please? Hey, Brenna. Ooh. She's what? Oh, okay. So she probably doesn't want to be interrupted. My daughter is playing with one of her toys that she got for Christmas. She got an abacus, among other things. She got a lot of stuff for Christmas. It's funny because my mom was like, what are you getting for your daughter for Christmas? We're like, well, nothing really. I mean, we got a couple of things for her stocking, but that's about it. we know that the grandparents are just going to shower her with stuff, and my mom's like, oh, I don't know, I didn't really get her much this year. And then along comes Christmas, and there's just like a freaking whole toy store full of stuff for my daughter. It was actually a challenge getting it all in my car. Hey, look who has decided to grace us with her presence. So let's get her up here. You want to get on my lap? Come here. Say hi to the stream. Oh, say hello. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the whiteboard. And look, Brenna, I'm going to draw something. Check it out. Ooh, check it out. What am I going to draw? What is this? I'm still trying to get used to the controls. It's a very sensitive tablet that I'm using. So I'm drawing this material. See if Brenna can say what it is. What's that? What's that right there? Oh, she just wants to play with the touchpad. What's this molecule up here? What is this? It's benzene. Very good. Did you hear that? She saw it. And she named it. Very cool. Yeah, that is benzene. Very good job. You want to do another one? You want to do another one? Okay, let's do another one. Abraham, I see that you just asked a question. I will answer it, but I'm just playing with my daughter right now, just because it's fun. So what's this one? Ready? Ready? Watch this. Oh, that didn't mean to do that. What just happened? Okay. What is that? What is that? Camphor. Very true. Isn't that cool? She's a 2-year-old. So if a 2-year-old can know her organic chemistry, then so can you, so can anybody. Look at that. She just saw a drawing of a camphor molecule and she named it. A lot of people don't even know that, but she's 2 years old and she knows it. Good job, yay, Brenna! Sorry, I know the mic is kind of blocking her face, but anyway. All right, you want to go see Mama? You want to go down? All right. So, okay, let me exit the whiteboard and get back to your questions. And I got a question from Ibrahim that says, what are your views on the Capitol building storming? It's it's sad. It's terrible. People died. It's awful. And it's definitely very, very sorry that it happened. I really don't want to, get any deeper than that. I don't want to get into, whose fault it is, who's responsible, this and that. This is a chemistry channel. It's not a political commentary channel. So, if you want political commentary, I suggest finding it elsewhere. I do appreciate your question. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy to get questions like that. It's just I don't want to get into much detail on like political, philosophy and things like that because, I find that it just pisses people off more than anything. I really don't try to change anybody's minds or anything like that because I just kind of see that as a lost cause. So I'm just not going to take any political position. What's the point? People's minds are pretty much made up. Generally, I'm not in. I'm just in favor of peace, voluntarism, non-aggression, and as a scientific thinker, you think about things sort of being logically consistent the way that nature is logically consistent, right? So in nature, you have things like the speed of light being constant, right? And it's not like the speed of light, oh, don't draw on that. You can't draw on that. Okay, that's not cool. She just made a pencil mark on my little graphic tablet here. She's really fond of my graphics tablet. But where was I going? I was just saying, if you're a logical, consistent thinker, right? There's really, you think about how nature performs, right? Where you have like the speed of light being constant. It's not like the speed of light is constant in some places, but not in others. No, it's universally constant, right? And so if you think about it from like yeah. Oh my goodness. Are you ripping out some lyrics? What are you doing? Are you singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? Is that what you're doing? Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment around this household. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. I think I was just kind of summing up my general philosophy on how power should be managed or something like that. And my general position is just, I don't. All right. Here you go. Go get it. I just don't like there being, powerful structures that exist in the first place. So, all right, good question. But yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't give you a more elaborate answer than that. I know it was pretty vague, but it was intentionally vague because, I just don't want to. I just don't want to get into it. I just don't want to get into any kind of debate or anything like that. I don't want to piss off half of my audience. Whichever other half of my audience that doesn't agree with me, although I would venture to say that there's probably a probably more than half of my audience would disagree with me politically. But, that's okay because this isn't a politics channel. It's not a political commentary channel. It's a science channel. It's educational. And I think almost everybody can agree that more science is good for the world. So my presence here on the internet has been fairly non-confrontational, non-controversial. I have had a couple of sort of hot button topics that people get pretty triggered about that I've talked about because I was pretty passionate about them. Number one, about how abysmal of a failure the university public education system is. I am very passionate about that, and I'm not shy about giving my opinion on it. And it's not just an opinion. It's like it's an opinion, but it's a well-reasoned opinion that has lots of data to support it. And I actually had a sort of inside the atomic bomb view of the public education system, at least in Central Florida where I taught. So, yeah, no problem talking about those kind of things. And anybody who can't handle it, I don't care. If you can't handle something, that's your problem. But yeah, education is definitely a topic that I'm very passionate about. So I'm okay dealing with a little bit of hate that comes my way as a result of that. But all this other stuff, Capitol buildings, I just want to avoid it, to be honest. Just want to avoid it. Don't want to bring it up. So, are there any other questions that you have? Topics that you want to bring up? Anything science related? I mean, that's kind of what I'd like to talk about. Science related, chemistry related. Brittany Harris sent me the very, very first chat message asking me to go over atomic structure, mole concept, redox balancing chemical equations. If you want to come back in here, be more specific, or if you hop in my Discord call-in show, and that applies to anybody who's watching. If you want to call in, there's a link in the description. If you click that link, it'll connect you to a room where I can drag you into the room where I'm hanging out, and we can talk, talk about whatever you want to talk about. I think that would be cool. So, I promise next week, well, maybe not next week because I literally just a few minutes ago said that I probably won't be doing one of these next week, but the following live stream, whether it's next week or in 2 weeks, most likely it'll be in 2 weeks. I'm going to try to have it more structured, more prepared, have some stuff, maybe some cool chemistry stuff like on YouTube that I can show you guys. The problem with showing you guys stuff on YouTube is that like the last one that I did, I just pulled a video from YouTube and showed it to you guys, and I honestly wasn't even thinking about it, but there was an instrumental song that was playing on one of these chemical demonstration videos, and that song required the video, basically the recording of the live stream, to receive a copyright claim. And so I had to either not monetize the video, or I had to mute the song, or to mute that part of the video when the song was playing. And it's just I can't even just show you guys something I guess I can't unless I demonetize my video or mute it. So that's kind of annoying to always be worrying about whether I'm infringing on somebody's copyright. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. 'Cause it'd be cool to like play a song or something. I don't know. I just think it's annoying. Maybe I'm unique in that regard. But let's see. Still nobody calling in. Man, I had somebody accidentally come in, but that's the only person who's called in so far. Anybody who wants to call in, please don't be shy. Get on in here. Call in. And we can have a nice discussion. I need you guys. I need you guys to help me come up with topics. Help me come up with subject matter. Because I have had no time at all to come up with it myself. So, all right. Yeah, so for these last couple of streams, I've been doing this thing where I just have like this countdown timer going, and I have some like just like a chill, music like song thing playing or whatever. And the point of that is to try to get some people in here before I actually physically in front of my camera go live. And the reason for doing that is because I want some people in here. I want some messages in the chat that I can like respond to as soon as I come in, so I don't have to just do like mindless small talk. So the next time I do a live stream, if you're interested, if you hop in before I actually show my face on camera, type some messages in the chat, any topics, any comments, any questions that you have, and I can respond to them. That'd be cool. And the other thing, here we are. How long has this stream been going on for? 43 minutes? The stream's been going on for 43 minutes, and I haven't even once mentioned that I have super chats enabled. So for those of you who may not be familiar with what super chats are, a super chat is a chat message that you attach to a monetary donation, and that chat message stays at the top of the chat window in a nice bright color for a duration that is proportional to the amount donated. So for instance, the more money that you donate in your super chat, the longer your pinned chat message stays at the top of the chat. It's a very fun, very interactive way to support your favorite creators. And if I happen to be one of those favorite creators, then I would be honored to receive a super chat from you if you are feeling generous. If not, no big deal. Just the fact that you're here and watching. Plenty support. That's plenty enough support. That's a weird, awkward way to say it. It's support enough support. I don't know. English wasn't necessarily my favorite subject, but yeah, so I do have super chats enabled for anybody who is in a charitable mood. And another thing that I'm going to be doing very soon, I need to devote some time to figure out how to do it, but I'm going to be setting up an Amazon affiliate link. So basically the way that it works is anybody who clicks my Amazon affiliate link, the link itself is going to link to these molecular modeling kits. I was in contact with the gentleman who owns the Old Knobby Molecular Kit Company, and he sent me a couple of free kits that I can use to feature in my videos. So as soon as I can upload new videos, I'm going to feature my molecular model kits in those videos. And so the way it works is like the Amazon affiliate link will link to the molecular modeling kits. But if you want to support the show and you have some shopping to do on Amazon, you don't even have to buy the molecular modeling kit to support my show. Instead, if you just click that link, and if you buy anything on Amazon after clicking that link within 24 hours of clicking that link, then it helps the show out a little bit, and it costs you nothing on top of what you've already spent just buying what you were already going to buy on Amazon. It's a great way to do affiliate marketing. Amazon makes things very, very easy for both the affiliate and for the customers. So I'm happy to be a part of it. Like I said, just need a little bit of free time so that I can figure out how to get the link, and of course to produce some videos in which I can post a link in the description and tell the viewer, hey, there's a link in the description, blah, 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 blah. So hopefully it's the next step in becoming like financially free. I think that'd be cool. I think it'd be cool to be for this project, for my educational content, to be financially independent to the point where I actually could consider doing it full time. I think that would be a dream job, doing this kind of thing full time. I would love it. Not that I don't enjoy being a researcher in the lab. I mean, it's fun, but I don't know. I just think I like doing my educational content full time a lot more. I think I'd like doing that a lot more full time. And I promise you, ad revenue, Google AdSense, all that stuff, it's not enough unless you are like an entertainment channel or something that gets like millions of views every month. Educational channels, it's just not very possible to live exclusively on ad revenue. I mean, there are some really big educational channels. I'm sure Khan Academy could probably live off of ad revenue, although I'm not even sure if Khan Academy has ads enabled. I think they have other sources of funding, like big grants and things like that. There's no way I'm going to be eligible for anything like that. But Ibrahim says, I need to go. Sorry, I couldn't add much to the conversation. No, man, you added plenty to the conversation, man, and I appreciate your being here. And I appreciate your continued support. So thank you very much for stopping by. And I don't know what time it is over there. I'm sure it's probably not 7:47 p.m. like it is over here in the Eastern United States. But nonetheless, I do appreciate you being here, contributing to the discussion. And I hope you have a great rest of your night. Hope you have a great weekend. Man, I just blanked. What the heck was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about basically how, if you wanted to make like a living wage in ad revenue, you have to get like millions and millions and millions of views every month. And so, if you want to see like how much views I'm getting a month, why don't we just look at it? I'm pretty transparent about these kinds of things. So why don't we just look at it? I'm going to take you on a little journey through my YouTube analytics. So click on YouTube. I'm gonna try to center this out a little bit. Let's see, studio. Let's see. I don't know how to do this. I'm trying to bring this window up so that I can sort of maximize it. How do I maximize this? Okay, so sorry guys, just bear with me for a second here. So if I look at my analytics, right? That's interesting. For some reason, it's not changing on the screen. Huh. Maybe I'm in the wrong window. Not sure what's going on. Okay, there it is. Okay, I think I know what's going on. Okay, so if I go to analytics, right? I don't know how involved you guys are in creating content or anything like that, but this is basically what I'm looking at for like the last 28 days. So about 57,000 views, right? So that's in the last month or so. About 2,300 hours of total watch time. I've gained 104 subscribers. I've actually lost quite a bit of subscribers in the last couple of weeks. Don't know why, but there's a couple of different ways to look at losing subscribers. One, you can look at it as, oh no, the number's going down, so that sucks. And the other way to look at it is, I think it's actually good when people unsubscribe, because if somebody who is not interested in your content or who just doesn't like you or whatever, if somebody like that unsubscribes, well, then the percentage of the total subscribers you have that can potentially view your videos, in other words, your click-through rate, of the people who are shown images or thumbnails of your video, if the percentage of those people who actually clicks on it is higher, then your video will get algorithmically promoted to more people and this and that. So losing subs can actually be a good thing. And then, as you can see, in the last 28 days, I've made a measly $123.72. That's getting 57,000 views over the course of 28 days. And this is about all that I have to show for it, this $123. So, yeah, the money's not good. if you only rely on ads. So there's a couple of ways that people on YouTube can make money. Ads is a very, very small component of it for most. But anyway, looks like I have another message in the chat from somebody by the name of Julian S. He says, your content is top tier. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I really, really appreciate your kind words, and I'm happy to know that any of my content may have been helpful or otherwise enjoyable to you. Thanks for being here in the stream. I wholeheartedly appreciate it. And, if you're interested in joining the call-in show, if you want to call in, have a conversation where I can actually hear your voice, I think that'd be really, really cool. I'd love to know, I'd love to know more. Are you a high school student? Are you a college student? Have you graduated college? Are you working? If you are working, what field are you working in? That kind of thing. Obviously, I don't want you to give any, personal, identifiable information out here on the World Wide Web. Obviously, you have to be a little careful about that kind of thing. Of course, I don't want to put you on the spot. But if you are comfortable calling in, I would love the opportunity. So, think about it. And it doesn't have to be right now. Maybe it could be the next time I do a live stream, which in all likelihood will be in 2 weeks. But I'm going to keep my Discord window up on my monitor so that if anybody wants to call in, you are more than welcome to. So, excuse me. I feel like I'm losing my voice. I need to keep a bottle of water here. If I start to talk for like 45 minutes or longer, I start to lose my voice a little bit, especially because I've been talking, quite a bit at work. The lab where I work is very loud. There's 6 fume hoods. They make a lot of noise, and especially because I'm wearing a freaking mask at work, which is annoying because it fogs up my glasses every time I exhale, so I can't see what I'm doing, which makes working with these dangerous chemicals that much more dangerous. Because you're wearing a mask, you can't really read the lips of the person who's talking, so the person has to talk louder to have a better chance of being understood. You ever notice that? You ever notice that it's, hearing somebody talk is just one aspect of the communication in a conversation? Lip reading is a very, very important part of it. And it's funny because I find myself when someone is a little bit soft-spoken, and they're wearing a mask and they start talking, I find myself subconsciously and, just subconsciously like moving closer toward them, which is funny because that goes against the whole social distancing thing, right? So when someone's like, oh, it's like, what? And I move closer to that person. They're like, oh, no, get away, social distance. It's like, okay, well, you need to speak up or take the mask off because I can't understand you, I don't know. Sorry, this just turned into the rant vent segment of the live stream. Julian asks, do you have a live stream schedule? Yeah, so I'm trying to stick to a schedule of weekly Friday nights at 7 o'clock, starting at 7 o'clock Eastern time, which is the GMT or UTC -4. So Eastern time, 7 p.m., that would be 4 p.m. Pacific time every Friday. Although I have said before, I don't know how long you've been in the stream, but I have said that in all likelihood won't be able to do it next Friday. I'll try to come up with something else. Maybe I'll take my daughters to the park and I'll do like an outdoor IRL stream from the park, which I've done a couple of times before. That might be more feasible to do that like next Saturday or something. But my wife is going to be gone all week long next week, and we're having somebody come in to help with childcare while I'm at work, and I'm just going to be outnumbered with my daughters and my dog, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. But yeah, that's my live stream schedule. Hopefully that answered your question. I think it did. I think that was a pretty direct answer to the question. So, yeah. So Fridays, the Friday night live stream. Friday night live stream. This is episode 3, taking your questions. Or your questions answered, I think is what it's called. I can't even remember the title because I threw this together so quickly. But, very good question, though. But I do want to know, though, are you a student? or did you already graduate? Like, what is your what area of life or career are you in? Let's see. I'm going to go back to my home screen here. It's weird because it's like, I don't know. I'm trying to have all these windows open where I'm like monitoring. People don't really, at least I didn't really understand how involved it is to run a live stream. And I understand why some people, like, when they do their live streams, they have like somebody else that's like on the other side of the camera that's kind of like, making sure everything's running smoothly and, getting people to call into the show and screening them and, making sure the audio is balanced and this and that. Like, I don't have an assistant here. It's just me trying to manage all this stuff. So it's really clunky, for lack of a better term. But, like anything, you get better at it as you go. So I expect that I'll get better at this as I go. So, yeah, still in the primitive infancy of live streaming, but anyway. So Julian just typed in the chat, says, I'm currently undergrad student at Santa Barbara, majoring in chemistry, taking a chem class involving equilibrium and electrochem, so I might need some help in the future. Yeah, those are our two, interesting topics. Unfortunately, I don't really have much content on them. In fact, I don't think I have any content on equilibrium or on electrochemistry. So if you ever want to jump into a Discord call, talk about those things, I think, I'm willing to do it to the degree that I'm available. I'm not available very much. I'm a really, really busy guy. But if you want any kind of like pointers or advice or anything like that, I'd love to throw them your way. Santa Barbara, I'm assuming that's California. How are things in California right now? I hear they're a little not great. I hear they're not so great. But I don't know. Maybe there are pockets of California where everything's just fine. I don't know. I've only been to California once. I went to San Diego, and it was gorgeous. San Diego was gorgeous. The weather was beautiful. I went to the zoo. I went to a chemistry conference that was out there. It was a good time. Good times in San Diego. I would never want to live in California. Absolutely not. Never want to live there, but it is a nice place to visit, and the weather's gorgeous, and the landscapes are beautiful. I will say that. Mountains and all that stuff. It's great. But that's cool. Welcome to the good side, Julian, being a chem major. It can be a lot of fun. It could also be really, really challenging, especially once you get into some of the upper level classes like physical chemistry and advanced analytical chemistry and inorganic chemistry and all the lab components to all those. Those are very, very, very challenging classes. So I wish you all the best of luck. And I hope you have professors who not only know the content really, really well, but can teach it really, really well. It's a rare find. It's a very rare find that you have a professor who's very, very knowledgeable about something, especially something as advanced as physical chemistry or inorganic chemistry, who can also teach it very well. Because usually, the more brilliant a professor is at researching, the lousier of a teacher he is. I don't know what scientific law seems to govern this inverse relationship between how good you are as a researcher and how poor you are as a teacher, but that is something almost like a scientific law, the law of inverse teaching and research skills. The better you are as a researcher, the worse you are as a teacher. That seems to be something that I've seen time and time again within academia. But, I'm happy to get your thoughts on that, because just because I've seen it doesn't necessarily mean that that's the way it is across the board. And yeah, you do have people who are very, very brilliant. Occasionally you have people who are very, very brilliant who are also really good teachers, like Carl Sagan, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, although Neil deGrasse Tyson's a little too political for my taste. He's a little too, global warming and all that kind of stuff. Not that, the climate isn't important or anything like that. Like, of course it's worth, learning more about the climate and things like that. But when it's turned into this big scare tactic of, oh, we need to give the government more power to save the world, when the government is actually like the biggest polluter in the entire country. Governments all over the world are really, really big polluters. Yeah, I don't know if he's ever actually said that specifically, but that seems to be the implication. I'm happy to be corrected if I'm wrong, but nonetheless, he is a very, very brilliant guy. And he's also very charismatic. He communicates very, very well. So, in that regard, I have to give him props for sure. So, yeah, you do have those couple of people like the Carl Sagans and the Neil deGrasse Tysons who are really, really, really smart as scientists and researchers, who are also really good at what they do as far as outreach and communication and all that kind of stuff. Are you singing, Brenna? Daughter has decided to grace me with her presence once again. So you guys get to hear her beautiful singing. Hey, Brenna, do you want to guess this molecule? Let's see. I'm going to bring up my whiteboard real quick, and we're going to have my daughter guess another molecule real quick. Clear canvas. Okay, I'm going to draw a molecule, and Brenna here is going to guess what it is. Ready? We're going to do this again. Very poorly drawn, but there it is. What is that, Brenna? What is that? Huh? Acetone. Oh my goodness, very good. This kid's a genius. I got a prodigy on my hands here, everybody. Can you say prodigy? Prodigy. Prodigy. Yeah. We did benzene, we did camphor, we did acetone. Let's see if you know this one. What's this one, Brenna? Can you name that molecule? What is that? What is this one? Pyridine. Oh my goodness. Oh, I am so proud of you. Yeah. Good job. You want to go see Mama? Yeah, go see Mama. Oh, nope. She wants to stay on my lap. Okay. So, Main Wearings says, hello, everyone. Welcome back, Main Wearings. I certainly recognize you from before. We had a call-in together. You were my second call-in guest. Appreciate you returning. Speaking of call-in, I'm going to check the Discord real quick just to see if anybody has decided to join me. Nope, doesn't look like it. So, gosh, Brenna, this big old microphone is in your face. What are you going to do? Don't disconnect it, otherwise I won't be able to talk. So yeah, welcome back. Main Wearings also says Earth's been warming since the Ice Age. Gosh, right now it kind of doesn't feel like it. It's very chilly outside, and being from Florida and having moving to South Carolina, I am not very accustomed to it. So, got another message from Hanif Latif. Welcome. I don't recognize your name, so if you're new, welcome. But if you've been here before, then welcome back. He says, yeah, you're singing. He says, can you draw Marshall Pope? I don't know what that means, so I'm going to have to say no. And then Main Wearing says, awesome. I assume you're talking about my daughter and her brilliant manner in which she can look at a molecular structure and name the molecule. We've been practicing a few. I'd like to get a whole YouTube video done where she just has like this chemistry quiz and she just guesses molecules by looking at their structures on paper or looking at 3D molecules, 3D like molecular models like these, although this is just a part of a molecule. This is like a benzene molecule went into a mass spectrometer and just started getting bombarded with high energy radiation, fragmenting, breaking chemical bonds and things like that. So, yeah, she likes to break the bonds of my molecules and break them apart and see what they're all about. But yeah, it's very cool actually. This company, I'll show you the box. I actually had it right here in front of me. Let's see. So this is what it is right here. Old Nobby is the name of the company. They sell these molecular model kits. And this is a 239-piece set. It has a list of every type of atom, every type of chemical bond. You can do double bonds, you could do triple bonds, and you could do ball and stick models as well as space filling models to really kind of take your understanding to the next level of, you know, three-dimensional molecules, molecular shapes, things like that. And they're just fun. They're just fun to connect around and play with, you know. And so the company was really, really nice. I met the owner. I Skyped with him out in Australia. Very, very nice guy. So he has sent me a couple of kits that I can use to feature in my videos, and now it is my obligation to hold up my end of the bargain and feature them in my videos, and then provide an affiliate link so that hopefully I can get a little bit of commission off the sales, and you know, I can get him some more sales. So hopefully it'll be like a mutually beneficial arrangement between he and I. I am definitely looking forward to that. So, all right, we are over an hour in. By my calculation, we are about an hour and 7 minutes into this stream. And according to my screen, I've only got 2 viewers in here. So, definitely thank you to both of you for being in here. I really appreciate it. But unless anybody has any topics they want to bring up or any questions they want to ask, I think I'm going to wrap it up and end the stream pretty soon. So let's see, what else do we have going on? Yeah, so, okay. So, yep, I'm going to end the stream. Again, thank you to everybody for hopping in here. Didn't get any super chats, but that's okay. Plenty of room for those in the future, I guess. Didn't get anybody calling into the show. I had one person who jumped into the room accidentally and then left. But that's okay. There's plenty of time in the future streams for people to call in. I think I do need to do a better job of promoting, from getting the word out, letting the audience know that I'm going live instead of just going live, right? So in that sense, I need to figure out how to do that better. But to those of you who are in here now or were ever in here over the course of the last hour and 9 minutes, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, that does it for me, and hope you have a great night and an even better weekend. All right, take care. Bye. End stream.